Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Walking Dead Dead City. We're here to discuss some brand new preview photos that have just released for the penultimate episode, which is airing tomorrow on AMC+, and we're going to go through some Q&A comments for today.
There is no way they're getting off this island.
Alright guys, so I have some new preview photos for the penultimate episode for The Walking Dead Dead City. These look really awesome. I'm super excited for this episode. We got a lot of photos from a lot of different plots in this episode, and it looks great. It really does. Dead City is... as I continue to say, it's the show that we've needed. It's the spinoff that this franchise has needed, and it's the sequel series that we've needed. This show is really fantastic so far, and it looks like literally by episode, it just gets better and better. So, starting things off with probably my favorite image out of the entire thing, we have ourselves one of the greatest callbacks we've had in a while for Walking Dead, which is you've got Negan right here. He is standing in this like building, and you got this like boarded up door right here, which he's standing in front of, and they changed it a little bit, but if this looks familiar to anybody, it's because it is. This is something from the original Walking Dead. It says, "Do not open Dead Inside," which, if you remember The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 1, don't open Dead Inside. This one says, "Do not open Dead Inside." So, slightly different, you know what I mean? So, it's not so on the nose, which I appreciate, but it's also such a phenomenal callback to the first season of The Walking Dead that I just love it. I think it's so amazing. I think that is such a cool little Easter egg to the main Walking Dead, making the show feel like it's part of the main Walking Dead, you know what I mean? Really giving it that attachment, and in particular, Negan being the one to face the door this time, I think is really cool. You know, because Negan has lost a lot now throughout the series as well, too. So it'll be cool to see his reaction to this. I almost wonder if Negan's going to kind of like low-key mock the saying or something on the door and be like, what kind of idiot would put that on a door? Or some, you know, like some crap like that. Yeah, you know, or maybe Negan's like, fuck this shit, and he like opens it or something. That'd be so cool. But yeah, anyway, this is a phenomenal callback. I noticed this one right away when I saw these photos, and I love it. I think that is so amazing. So here he is right here at the door trying to get it open. I'm telling you, I think he's going to open the thing up. He's going to be like, what the fuck? Like, who gives a shit? Let's open this thing. And now here we got Negan and Armstrong. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think Armstrong is going to team up with Negan. I think the ending of episode 4 was kind of a swerve. I don't think that's necessarily what exactly went down. And I think we will see Negan and Armstrong team up. I do think so. And here they are right here. Walker got killed with a friggin' like, I think that's an axe in its head or whatever. That's pretty nasty. That's pretty amazing too, though. I like that. Now we've got so here's Jenny. She is inside of the sewers with everybody else. She needs like that thing or whatever to help her breathe, because apparently like the air is really bad down there or something. I do remember them mentioning that. That, you know, you can't breathe down there after a certain amount of time or something. So that's pretty cool. They're down here. You got a bunch of like dead bodies behind her. You've got Amaya. So, and again, more dead bodies behind her as well too. So yeah, they're kind of like trying to make their way through the sewers. This is a really dope shot. You see them kind of like walking here, probably taking like a break or something, and just trying to find a way out. You've got Maggie right here. Again, just kind of sitting there. Maggie looks badass. I'm not going to lie. She looks pretty freaking cool. You've got, okay, so here is the shot, another shot that I really wanted to discuss, which is that this shot is from the trailers that we've seen from this season. And it is finally, we are going to see the sequence of when Herschel was captured, which I really like because it adds a little bit more of an explanation to how this series started, you know, how Herschel got taken, because we know he got taken by the Croat. We know that things happen, but I feel like, you know, it is still necessary to actually see a flashback and to see him raid the community and stuff. And see what went down. Now, I think one of the major things we're going to get, and I think it's actually going to be the cliffhanger of this episode, I think they're going to cliffhanger us for the finale, where we're going to find out that Maggie made a deal with the Croat to offer up Negan in order to get her son back. I guarantee that's going to be the cliffhanger of this penultimate episode, and we are going to delve into the season finale knowing what Maggie's true intentions are now. I think that will be a phenomenal twist if they do it like I think they're going to do it. And yeah, I love it. That is absolutely amazing. This shot is so damn cool. Like, it almost kind of reminds me of like the Saviors in season 6, where you see like all the vehicles in the background. I don't know if that's intentional, but it definitely feels like that. It looks really cool. Here we got Jenny just kind of walking in like the city environment and stuff. You've got her kind of like hiding up against a car and stuff. You've got the Dama. Now, okay, this is a new character that we're going to be seeing. This is the actress from Ozark who plays Darlene. As I've said before, she's a really good actress, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with her. I think this is going to be a really cool character. So yeah, no, I'm very excited for that. And here we got Maggie in the sewers. Again, the environment is really cool. Here they are trying to kind of make their way through and stuff like that. And yeah, you got a few more photos of the Dama. She's kind of like here at like her mirror and stuff like that. She looks like she's crazy. So yeah, honestly, I think this is going to be a very interesting interaction between her and the Croat. Croat's got like a headpiece on or whatever the hell that is. That looks kind of interesting. So that's pretty cool as well too. And yeah, I mean, honestly, this episode looks really fantastic. I'm very excited for it. I think these photos are absolutely amazing. A little bit of everything in this one, you know, some flashbacks with Maggie and Herschel, some stuff in the sewers with that crazy zombie. We didn't get any photos of the crazy zombie. It looks like they're saving that one for the actual episode. You've got the Dama's introduction. You got the Croat who's trying to track down Negan. And also you've got Negan who is with Armstrong. And I think they're going to have to work together in order to get out. So a lot of interesting stuff in these photos. Very excited for it. It's literally airing tomorrow, so I'm very excited. But yeah, there are the preview photos for this week's episode of Dead City. Alright, so those were the preview photos for episode 5 of The Walking Dead, Dead City. Very much looking forward to the episode. It is now the penultimate episode, which is airing tonight on AMC Plus / you know, early tomorrow morning on AMC Plus for at least American and Canadian time. I'm not sure worldwide where it airs. I know I get questions about that, but I'm not 100% sure. But at least in terms of American and Canadian viewing, I know that it's, you know, around like your 3 a.m., you know, time or whatever. So yeah, that should be that. But anyway, got some comments from you guys, got some questions from y'all that I wanted to go over before episode 5 airs, so let's go through them and give our thoughts. First two come from Cameron and Nightmare, who both ask, Dan, do you see characters like maybe Dwight or other Walking Dead characters crossing over into a future season of Dead City? Also, do you think that at some point we will get any other kind of cameo characters in the show? Would love to hear your thoughts. So for both Nightmare and Cameron, I do actually think, and I know this might be a little bit of an out there one, but I actually do see Dwight going to Dead City at some point. I really do. It's very savior-oriented. Do you notice that? It's very savior-oriented. They're bringing back Simon. They've got a lot of lore for Negan. They're bringing the Croat in, who used to be a savior, and there's a lot of, you know, little references to the saviors. And to be honest, especially with Fear of the Walking Dead and only, you know, having 6 episodes left, I absolutely think that Dwight could cross over. I definitely think so. And they have mentioned that there are going to be characters that can and can possibly cross over into Dead City. They have mentioned that before. So to me, it would make perfect sense if you had Dwight come in here, to be honest. And one of the biggest things that I know a lot of people probably forget is that Dead City is 6 years ahead from everything else. Dead City is 6 years ahead from the end of the Walking Dead main show. It's 6 years ahead from where Fear the Walking Dead is at. It's a good ways ahead, right? So a lot of things have happened. So, I mean, this could be, you know, their opportunity to introduce Dwight into Dead City and be like, yeah, look at him. It's been 6 years later and he's doing God knows what, you know? It's definitely not impossible. I honestly would not, I would not put it, you know, past them to put Dwight in this show, and I think that would really be the cherry on top if they could finally find a way for Dwight and Negan to interact again. I think that would be so amazing. So I actually do. In a future season, I actually could see them using Austin Emilio for a season of Dead City. Whether it's season 2 or whether it's another season, I am still going to stick to that prediction. I still think that Dwight is going to find his way into Dead City at some point, especially with Fear ending. I just feel like it's so perfect. And if it's not Dead City, what could it be? You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like they could miss that opportunity. It feels like something too perfect for them to do. So yeah, I could definitely see it. Other crossover characters from the main Walking Dead, though, I would say it's probably going to be very small because they're probably not going to want to cross over too many characters into Dead City before it starts feeling just like, you know, the main Walking Dead, because they still want Dead City to stand on its own. So I would say probably not many cameos from the main Walking Dead, but maybe they could throw in somebody like, I don't know, maybe they could throw in Lydia at some point, or maybe Father Gabriel could have a cameo or some minor thing like that. But for the most part, I think we're going to be sticking to Maggie and Negan. But Dwight crossing over to Dead City, I could actually very well see it. And I could even see it being in season 2, to be honest. As kind of like one of the gripping points of that season, definitely, because Fear's almost done. Dwight could leave, and then, we could get some sort of connection. That would be really, really cool for sure. Next one comes from Kin, who says that, Dan, I have this very interesting idea for the ending of Fear the Walking Dead. Do you think that maybe Fear the Walking Dead could end with CRM coming in and saving the day at the last minute and capturing everybody at the very end of the show? Madison, Strand, everybody included, Troy, etc. Do you think that CRM could come in and capture all of our Fear characters in A12 and consider them either A's or B's? And they take them away, and Fear the Walking Dead ends with our characters getting captured by the CRM, setting up for future stories. I don't, personally, I don't. I just don't think that's how they would end Fear the Walking Dead, but I do think that they're going to set up for future spin-offs. That I do think we'll get. I honestly don't even think CRM is going to have a part in the final episodes of Fear. I don't. I think the CRM is strictly Althea's story, and I don't think Althea is going to be in Fear the Walking Dead. So I think that Fear will set up for spin-offs. I think that's going to be something they're going to do, but I don't think it's going to end with them getting captured by CRM. No, I don't think so. Next one comes from Oist, who says that, Dan, I would love to see a animated series for The Walking Dead at some point down the line, like kind of like something that Marvel does. Would you like to see that maybe for like what-if scenarios or something? Yeah, that would be really, really cool. Although, one thing that I've talked about many times, and it's honestly my dream idea for a Walking Dead spin-off series, is a animated series. I don't know how many seasons you can make it. Maybe since there's like 4 compendiums of the Walking Dead comics, maybe like 4 seasons, and it would basically be a full adaptation of the Walking Dead comic books in an animated format, in full color, and it would be 4 seasons. Every season would cover a compendium worth of the story, and you would have 4 seasons of animated series adaptation of the comic books. I think that is easily the best idea that Walking Dead could do. If they want to make an animated series, make a 4-season story, each season containing a compendium of the Walking Dead comics, and you have them be like 20 some episodes long per season or something, and you have an animated color version of the Walking Dead comics adapted to an animated format. I think that is the best idea for a Walking Dead animated series there could ever be, because then at that point you could have some voice actors. Maybe you could even still have some cameos, like maybe, I don't know, Lauren Cohen could still voice Maggie, and maybe Glenn, Stephen Yeun could still voice Glenn. Like you could still have certain actors voice the characters, but then others be different. Like maybe for comic book Rick, you get somebody different, change it up a little bit so that it feels unique, but then you have a few cameos in there from Walking Dead actors. I think that would be the best idea for an animated series. At least in my opinion. Let me know if you guys agree, but that's been something I've been wanting them to do for a long time. If I had to come up with an animated series for Walking Dead, off the top of my head, that's something I think they should definitely do. And if anybody that works on AMC or works with Walking Dead is listening to me, or Gimple, if you're watching this shit right now, I doubt it, but if you're watching this shit right now, make that happen somehow. I'm telling you, that would do really good. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be amazing. And the last one for today comes from Ridicule, who says that, Dan, do you think that Dead City will have a cliffhanger at the end of Season 1? If so, what do you think that may be? Also, Dan, do you think the Crane is going to return in the second half of Fear the Walking Dead Season 8? And do you think maybe Troy or somebody else will take him out? Now, as for Dead City Season 1, yes, I do think that Season 1 is going to have a major cliffhanger. And to be honest with you, and I know this might sound a bit out there, but I think Season 1 is going to end with Maggie trading Negan in for Herschel to get back. I think Maggie is going to screw over Negan and turn him in. I do. I think she's going to turn Negan in. Negan will be captured. Maggie's going to have Herschel back. And at the end of the season, it's going to be like this montage I could picture. And she's sitting there with Herschel. And you can see her sitting there with nothing but her thoughts. And she's going to start having instant regret. Like, oh man, I got Herschel back, but I might have to go back for Negan. You know what I mean? And that is going to be the cliffhanger of season 1, is that she trades Negan in to get Herschel back. It's going to be a major fight between Negan and Maggie, hence why they're fighting in the trailer for this season. And she's going to have Herschel back, but Negan is going to be captured, and it's going to bother her. And I think it's going to bug her that it bothers her, but that's going to be the end of the season, is that Negan's going to be captured, Maggie's going to have Herschel back, but she's going to be thinking about maybe going back for Negan. I guarantee that's what they're going to do, and I think that would be a phenomenal way to end the season, to be honest. Now, as for Crane coming back, holy shit, we just jumped quality from Dead City to Fear. Just saying. But anyway, Fear, that bullshit. So, I'm kidding. I love talking about Fear, you know, when it comes to you guys. But Fear just sucks, man. Fear really sucks. But Crane coming back, speaking of sucks, Crane, yeah, no, I definitely think somebody's got to take him out. I mean, he is a shit villain. He is such a shitty villain. I would love for Troy to take out Crane. It's that simple. I would love Troy to take out Crane because Crane sucks ass. Absolutely. And I honestly wish they killed his ass in the mid-season finale. I really do. So, anyway, let me know in the comment section below. Are you excited for the penultimate episode for The Walking Dead Dead City? We will be back tomorrow to cover it, talk about it, all that fun stuff. So make sure to stay tuned. And what did you think of the preview photos for episode 5? Let me know in the comment section below. So, anyway, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for The Walking Dead Dead City. Make sure, of course, to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Dead City. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.